Come.
Welcome back. Millions will lose a parent during childhood. Others will lose a friend or sibling. Conversations about grief through the lens of hope. It is a deeply personal topic. To our next guest, we've got Clarissa Moll with us. Her new children's book is Hope Comes to Stay. Clarissa, this is a journey you're still on. Tell us the backstory of how this sort of came to be.
Sure. 6 years ago, my husband Rob fell to his death in a hiking accident on our family vacation. Certainly nothing that you ever plan on your itinerary for a holiday with your family, but his death left me a widow, a young mom with 4 young kids to raise alone. And out of that experience of loss, I have grown into a career in bereavement advocacy, one that is committed to helping other families who have experienced loss just like ours.
So Hope Comes to Stay, why did you want to put this book out there in the world and in the hands of caregivers?
It is really hard for parents and caregivers to start conversations about grief and loss with children. We want to shield them from all of the hard things in life, but by shielding them, we don't prepare them. And so Hope Comes to Stay is an opportunity to begin those conversations in a way that's developmentally appropriate, age appropriate, introducing a child to the hard topics that we know they'll encounter later in life.
The storyline of the book.
Well, it's based on the story of my great-great-aunt Lila, who lost her mom when she was a young teen. And Lila in the story loses her father, and she goes through a full year, through the seasons, as she experiences loss and comes to understand grief as a companion. She sees that grief is about sadness, but it's also about happy memories, about courage and resilience, finding contentment and peace, and hope.
You talked about protection, and I think that's the tricky thing when you engage with a child that you know has suffered great loss. You feel like, what am I do I want to bring this up? How do you navigate? What do you tell people?
Well, thankfully, all of nature is filled with pictures of loss and grief, of dying and growing again. And so conversations with little children in particular can be as simple as talking about the leaves that fall in the autumn, how the trees lose their leaves, but then they grow new ones in the springtime. And those kind of very elementary conversations about ants that get squished under your foot or a pet that dies, we see them growing in intensity and complexity as children grow, but it's easier than we think to begin those kind of conversations.
What's another message you might want to tell people, and getting this in the hands of the right person?
I think the most important thing for caregivers, parents, educators to understand about children who are grieving is that they just want to be normal. We want to treat them with kid gloves, wrap them up in bubble wrap to protect them and keep them safe, but they really just want to be children. And so when a child is experiencing joy after loss, that's normal, that's okay, that's really healthy. And when they're experiencing sadness, we want to steward that and shepherd it gently, knowing that they're growing into full, resilient people who can accommodate for the losses that they suffer and grow through them.
Hope Comes to Stay. You can get it wherever you get your books. ClarissaMoll.com to learn more about you. Thank you so much for all you've done.
Thank you.